Hey everybody, welcome to Zenny 62 on Thursday night. Really excited to have my friend Jessica Dwyer on. I'm going to bring you down here. .com/Zenny62. Excuse me, youtube.com/user/Zenny62. That's how you get there. And boom, there she is. Hey, how are you?
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, thank you for being here. And one little adjustment there is there's the chat. So in case anyone has any questions, they can appear here and I can see them. But right now, this is you. And so hey, so tell us, Jessica. First of all, talk
Sure.
to us about what about Fangirl Mag, your publication.
Fangirl Magazine is an online webzine. It's one of the first, it's been around for like, oh God, I'm old, 15, 16 years now, maybe closer to 17. And it's an online webzine. It's now a YouTube channel. It's also a radio broadcast. And basically, it's fandom, genre, celebration of entertainment, all from a woman's point of view. We have celebrity guests, we have interviews, reviews, essays. Right now, I'm doing an ongoing YouTube series about canceled shows that you may not have ever heard of that died before their time, called Gone But Not Forgotten.
Ooh.
And yeah, so
Give me a name. Give me a name. Give me a name. Maybe I remember it.
Prophet was a great show on Fox that way ahead of its time. It was like if Wall Street met American Psycho, and it was just fantastic. It had Adrian Pazdar in it, Lisa Zane, Billy Zane's sister, who was also the daughter of Freddy Krueger. She just a great show. Super anti-hero. There was incest, there was drug use, there was murder, and it lasted one season. And if it had come out now in today's environment, it would have been a hit.
Oh my God.
But it was a fantastic show. I'm working on Forever Night right now, which actually lasted 3 seasons, but is a show that you don't hear about enough when people talk about vampire TV series, because it was the precursor to Angel.
Okay. Hey, can you do me one favor? Just one?
Mm-hmm.
Can you move the camera to one side, like to your right? That way I can get a two-way conversation picture kind of in there. Is that
I
possible?
don't know.
Or maybe like maybe your chair. Maybe move your chair like
To this side?
yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, because now it's
Okay.
yeah. Now it's like I can point. I can say, hey, there she is, right there. So you're pointing right there. Perfect.
A doctor is above my head.
Yes, perfect.
But yeah, so it's I've been doing a lot of this stuff for years. I've been writing in the industry and being a part of the industry for like, God, I'm old, 17 years. And so now it's kind of that, all of that has led to working with the guys at Creator VC. I'm now producing and helping start, helping do these documentaries about different genres from the 80s. So it's all kind of really growing. It's been great. I've been working for Horror Hound Magazine since issue 2, and they're now on 80.
Wow.
So yeah, we've see, actually, as I knock down everything over here, I'll show you. This is the latest issue, and if you're a fan of Universal Monsters,
Yes.
you're gonna really like it.
Oh my God! Hold it close.
Yeah,
Hold it close. Hold it close. Hold it close. Hold me close.
It's so pretty.
Hold me
It's
close,
so
oh tiny
pretty.
dancer. Look at that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Nice.
And what's great is the top. These 2 articles are mine, and then there's a couple more in there that I've written. But this is issue 78, and the next, we're almost to 80, which is in this environment with print and the death of print. That's something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and so I'm currently working on the next issue, which includes all of the stuff that we were covering at San Diego Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll show you my piece de resistance that came from
Fresh.
San Diego Comic-Con, and that is this guy right here.
Oh my God! You got one of them. Oh
Yes.
my Lord! You got one of them. I saw
Yes.
those. You got a Conan doll. How that happened? Hey, before I continue, real quick, PJ, nice to have you here. PJ is one of our big fans and viewers and moderators. PJ, glad you tuned in. PJ's hope you have a great fun hearing this. And of course, if you have any questions, you know what to do. Type them in the field. Back to Jessica and show the Conan again, please.
He just love me for my Conan.
That is so cute. That is cool.
There he is. And he's even holding the little I Love Dairy balloon.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah. So this came from, I got to go to the Scare Diego panel, which you gallantly walked me to.
Yes, I did.
Because
that was good
it was
for
a
me,
million
too.
freaking miles away from the convention center, and I didn't know where it was.
That was fun.
But that
was fun. I should have vlogged it.
Yeah, it was great. There was a lot of crazy stuff. I'm pretty sure that was the it people at that restaurant, but who knows?
I did get that on video. I got that part. That's up.
Yeah, that's hilarious. But yeah, the event was fantastic. It was we got to see scenes from the movie. The trailer got premiered there. Not even Conan had seen it. None of the cast had seen the trailer. Now everybody's seen the trailer, but you haven't seen the scenes that we got to see, which were horrifying.
Ooh.
Horrifying.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's just say that Georgie isn't going to be the only kid that he eats.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty jacked up.
Is it?
And
is it bloody disgusting?
Oh, it's beyond. It's just so good and pretty. It's called pretty horror. I call it pretty horror when it's just terrifying. Like Alexander Aja does pretty horror. He's the guy that did the remake of The Hills Have Eyes, and it's terrifying. It's gore. It's just disgusting and horrifying stuff. But at the same time, he shoots it so beautifully that you can't help but be like, wow, I don't want to be looking at this, but oh my God, it's so gorgeous. It's like Pennywise himself, how they designed him.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. He's just beautiful and grotesque. And Spirit Halloween Stores, by the way, just released, they're making a 6-foot plus animatronic of him.
Are you kidding me?
I want it. He talks. He has the balloon. His teeth come out. It just looks amazing.
How much?
He grows. I think it's going to be like at least $300. They're not cheap.
Wow.
But it's worth it though, because he's a 6-foot something tall, moving, talking animatronic. At my house here in Eugene, and where I live in Oregon, we do every Halloween, we go crazy with we call it the haunted garage. And we actually have moved from the garage to the cul-de-sac now with all the stuff that we put on display. And we just do this crazy, we don't charge for it. We just literally have like 5,000 kids show up every year and come, and we go through those giant totes. We go through 4 of them, those things. 4 of them in one night.
Oh my God.
And it's crazy. So we have animatronics that we've bought over the years from Spirit, and my poor Freddy Krueger he's lost one of his finger gloves. The knife is gone. So he's kind of like, Freddy. He looks like hell. He's been beat up.
Hey, quick question.
So I need Pennywise to take his place.
Oh my God. Of all the Stephen King movies made, is this going to be the best one? Is this the best?
Well, here's the thing. We're getting a lot of Stephen King this year, including stuff by his son, Joe Hill, because Nosferatu actually got greenlit for a second season on AMC. And here's what's so funny about it. There's a meshing of worlds. If you've not read Dr. Sleep, if you've not read Nosferatu, or if you've not watched Nosferatu, Joe Hill and his father are creating a shared universe. And you may not realize it. You may not know. But like in Nosferatu, if you're watching, there's a map of like Christmas Land, and where they take the children to feed off of their energy and turn them into really creepy, sharp teeth vampire children. They show Pennywise's circus is up here on the map. Well, then in Doctor Sleep, which I'm currently reading and which we're getting the movie version of, I think later this year it's coming out. In
Are you
Doctor
getting a screener
Sleep,
trailer?
I'm sorry.
Are you getting a screener?
I'm actually not getting a screener for Doctor Sleep, unfortunately. I did just get other things on screeners.
Oh, folks, a
Uh,
screener is an advanced link copy that
right.
she can look at and review before anybody else. It's really a cool advantage to doing this sort of thing, don't you think?
Oh yeah, no, I love it. I love it. I just got advanced screening links to the Dark Crystal TV series at
No,
Netflix.
why? You get the cool stuff.
You. I'm so excited about that.
Oh
I
my
got
God.
Preacher season, the last season of Preacher's first 3 episodes too,
Oh.
and I'm dying to watch them. But with that shared universe in Doctor Sleep, Danny Torrance, which is the sequel to The Shining, by the way, that's what Doctor Sleep is. Adult Danny Torrance, or actually younger Danny Torrance, is talking to Ed Halloran, who Scatman Crothers played in the movie. That he doesn't die in the book. Those assholes killed him in the movie.
Is that one of those? Wait a minute, that's an indictment against Hollywood, and they have their tendency to kill black guys early, right? Then, my Lord, man.
So he doesn't actually die in the book, but they killed him in the movie. He's talking to him, and he's talking about his creepy grandfather that molested him. Halloran was molested by his grandfather, and he's talking about how his grandfather would tell him that he would send, now I'm blanking on the guy's name. Damn it. He would send this man to take him away to Christmas Land. And I'm blanking on the character's name, but it's the character from Nosferatu.
I know.
Yeah, so hold on, now I'm gonna have to look it up. But anyway, he's that's gonna drive me crazy, and my book isn't handy. So anyway, the character from Nosferatu is his son's creation. So he's now bringing his son's work into his novels as characters. Charlie Makes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, but he says Charlie Makes will come and take me to Christmas Land. It's like, oh my God, you and your dad have created a shared universe.
Oh my.
So now, Joe Hill and Stephen King are creating a shared universe where Pennywise is real, Charlie Minx is real, The Shining is there, so Danny Torrance and all of them are there. So it's crazy that they're doing this, and no one's really talking about that. I don't know if people haven't really noticed it or what, but I'm like, dude, they're making their own, like a Marvel horror universe, but it's the King universe.
Oh, unfolding.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you broke the story here. Hey, I want to come back to that, but I also want to go back in time. We met in 2014, right?
It was at Hannibal.
Right? The Hannibal.
Yeah.
That was a great panel, right?
That was one of the best roundtables I've ever done. Raul Esparza was there. Like, it was so awesome and fun because and Brian Fuller was just amazing.
On fire. Yeah.
I love him so much. I'm so bummed that he is not doing the Vampire Chronicles now. He was supposed to be doing the Anne Rice stuff.
Hey, so for those of you who might be wondering, hey, was that the same Brian Fuller who did Star Trek? Don't blank on that Star Trek. Discovery. Star Trek. The first Discovery. Thank you. The original Discovery. The one with the V-shaped Discovery. The one with Tell everyone, including myself, exactly what happened that got him X'd out.
So it's kind of a thing with Brian Fuller is he's very dedicated to his vision. And I got to give him props for that because his vision is beautiful. His vision is great. I am a fan of Brian Fuller vision. He made Pushing Daisies. He made the amazing that is Hannibal, which may actually be coming back to life.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, and they're going to do it with Silence of the Lambs. That's what he wants to do.
And Anthony Hopkins?
No, he wants to do the Silence of the Lambs story with
Oh, okay,
Mads.
okay, with Mads
Um,
Mikkelsen.
yeah, no, he's not going to replace Mads. Mads wants to come back and do it whenever
Awesome.
they finally get
Oh,
around
thank
to it.
God. Wow.
But so basically, everybody's on board for that when it finally happens. But so basically, with the Star Trek thing, he's still given, I believe, credit for starting it.
Mm-hmm.
But Star Trek is in a rough place right now. I don't know if you know the background of what's going on with how Picard's happening.
No,
but
tell me.
So Picard originally was supposed to be on Netflix, and I think it was supposed to be on Netflix, and they had all this money that they were going to throw at it, and something happened where it got dropped, and so it's not happening on Netflix. It's not happening where it was originally supposed to be. So now their budget has been cut harshly.
Oh no.
And so
no.
and then now I don't know if you saw the trailer for it.
Yeah, I was at the panel at Comic-Con.
Yeah, so the trailer isn't really about Jean-Luc Picard. It's about mysterious little girl who's probably an android, because why not? That's the way.
Oh, that makes sense, because there's this scene where it implies that she's the superhuman.
Yeah. So she's probably either an AI, or a lot of people think she might be Data's daughter, Lol. But because I either could go either way. I don't have really a lot of trust in it, because I remember in the last Star Trek: The Next Generation movie, where the only good thing was Tom Hardy playing the clone of Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah.
But what happened with that movie was my husband and I made a better movie than what we were watching, and they completely forgot. Okay, why would they suddenly be all gung-ho about putting together another Data after what happened with Lore? They don't even mention Lore, who was the bad twin and was really evil. But they just let's put this together and see what happens. Okay. And they do it, and they just happen to kill Data off, who now looks like a bloated white fish. I don't know why they've got him looking like that, but whatever.
He looks gold or something.
He looks really weird.
Yeah.
And Brent Spiner, yes, he's aged, but he doesn't look like that. You could de-age him if you had a little bit more budget, because Jesus Christ, look what they've done in the Marvel movies.
Right.
So,
Great point.
But I'm not. A lot of people are really not excited about Picard, because we wanted a show about Picard, and what we're getting is some weird tale of this girl that no one knows, instead of having it be about Picard, having to go do. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right.
So straighten me out then, because my impression, from what little I've seen, and then matching what I've seen and what I saw on the panel and what you told me and what I captured on video, is that we're being sold a bill of goods that it's a Picard story, but really, when we dive in, we're going to find out it's not.
Right. It's just going to be a periphery of Picard in it. And they're bringing in literally everybody they can from Next Generation.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 7 of 9's they're like, yo, hi, Jean-Luc.
Yeah.
How are you? And it's like, she never freaking met him. What the hell are you doing here?
You should have seen the. Hey, folks, we want to see the reaction of the crowd too. Go to Zenny62 and type surpass
7 of 9.
Well, actually, I didn't break it out that way. Basically, just the Picard panel, Star Trek Picard panel. There's 5 videos there, but wow, I'm really shocked. But here's my take, and I'd love to get your opinion on this. I was really afraid for the Picard idea, the TV show or whatever you want to call it, streaming show. When I learned this was CBS All Access, because
Yeah.
I don't like this concept where they put something on television for a snippet and they put it on All Access and they sort of let it die.
Well, and part of the thing that's happening with Discovery is the ratings just aren't there because there's been such a backlash against it, because I enjoyed the first season.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. There was a little bit of the preachy, we're going to jab in, we got an agenda, we're going to get it in there. And part of that is they didn't really do a lot of the character development really wasn't there. The story was kind of all over the place. And then the second season comes along. And I actually stopped watching halfway through because I'm like,
So did I.
I can only stand so much of this weird angsty. They were supposed to do this spinoff with Giorgio's crew, that whole ship. They were supposed to have their own spinoff, and that, like, a lot of people thought that was going to be the Picard show, where Jean-Luc joins this dark special ops team or something, and that was what he was going to have, was a spinoff where he's part of the special ops that started there with that black ops group with Giorgio and her team. They were supposed to have their own spinoff. That didn't happen because it's tanking, and a part of it is they're selling this line of BS about Spock's sister you've never heard of before. Right. And they're it just is stupid. At least make it plausible or something. I don't know. And then this whole, we're searching for Spock, and we still haven't found him. And it's just like, okay, enough. But the thing that really pissed me off about the second season was the first episode, which felt so jarringly different from the serious, dark tone of that first season. I mean, that shiz was dark.
Yeah, it was very dark.
There was body horror. There was rape. There was all this. It was dark. So if you're going to go dark with my Trek, then go dark with my Trek. But then the second season begins in ratings, and it's like people are saying, this is the real Star Trek here. The Orville's doing it. So what did they do with the first episode? They made it funny to the point they shoved this weird funny into it with, like, the sneezing alien. And they did that. And there's a guy that does a channel called Nerdrotic, and he is like the mouthpiece of angry fandom, and he does a good job on calling out the BS of it, and he did with this as well. And he's like, he said exactly what you did, and that was
to me. Channel, they wrote Beam. They said Beam? I don't know if that was. Maybe that was
like.
I don't know if that was a reference to. Go ahead, though.
Well, no. But what I was going to say was they did it for their trailer, so they'd have like this Orville-looking stuff that they could advertise and say, "Oh no, look, Star Trek fans, we really are like the Orville. Come back to us." And that was the only episode that was in.
I never got hooked on the Orville. Mainly because
I couldn't. I've heard it's gotten really good. I only watched the first episode, and the tonal thing was so off. I couldn't dig it. But I've heard it's gotten really, really good. And then now they actually got saved from cancellation.
Yes.
They're going to Hulu now.
Wow.
From Fox.
They were also at Comic-Con.
Yeah, they were. They were all over Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And Seth MacFarlane, his ratings just shot up in my book because of what he did for that kid with Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
If you haven't read about that, that was just great. And he flew him home on his private jet.
Oh, tell us, because I don't know that whole story. Tell what happened.
Oh, so this kid, he's got this really rare form. I believe it's cancer.
Mhm.
And so part of his Make-A-Wish thing was he wanted to go spend the day with Seth MacFarlane. And MacFarlane's like, come on, bring him on. And he got to tour the studios. They put him in an episode of like Family Guy.